Hey guys, Do It All here. We're back to playing the Beginner's Guide. We're about to traverse the staircase of doom, death, and destruction. So let's keep on walking. We're going up. We're going up. Come on, keep going. You getting exhausted, my friend? Bro, stop slowing down, please.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Khoda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Okay, let's go take a little peek-see. And what do we have in here? A room that is empty. Stand on X staring at bear for 3 hours. A game where you collect items except the game automatically quits when you collect them all. Game of only motivational quotes played one after the other.
A room that's warm
Yeah.
and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
You are a gate.
Khoda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Huh. Press U to surrender. Huh. Interesting. Ready, set, fish. Whoa. What do we got here? 360!
Well, this is new for Khoda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Is there another? Yeah, don't do nothing. What if I... Oh! That's the thing.
Don't forget
Okay.
that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot.
Okay. Yes. So what else we got here? Another room?
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way,
shit.
I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
Huh. Very interesting. Oh, we entering the swamp? Hello, Shrek.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Khoda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
What is the bigger picture? You must explain more, my friend. But, I mean, this really does dive back into just the creative process in general. Just writing down ideas and trying to have a deeper meaning behind some of them. And that's looks tiny. Looks like a tiny house. Now it's becoming a
Let's
bigger
talk about
house.
video game development for a second.
Oh, okay.
Every
let's roll.
video game runs on what's called an engine, which
Yes.
determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Yes, like, I started on the
To make all of these
basic.
games, Khoda is using an engine called Source.
Yeah.
Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it
There
does
we
very
go.
well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Khoda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Yeah, like back when I used to
The
do
tools available to
games,
the creator shape
Game
what
Maker.
kinds of creative
Shit.
work they're going to end up making. You might
Tie-dye.
consider paying attention to the architecture
okay.
in Khoda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Okay. And we are in the Half-Life universe now. Okay. Oh, okay. Going upward and onward. This is bringing back some memories to... Yeah, I know it here.
This prison, funny enough, in Khoda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go.
Ouch.
If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Yeah.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Ouch. Cruel humor, bro.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Khoda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Ah. Hi. You there. Did you come from...
Here, Khoda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
That's the road above. You've been there, now this is important. Did you get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? Yes, I did. It was... See if coming in here? Okay. Let's go with the third. I'd prefer not to tell you after all the money we spent, but I understand. Traps here. That puzzle was only escape we need to get through. Sure. I'll tell you how to solve it. Yeah. Dot, 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 dot. Well? What is it? What is the answer? Please speak to that kid, okay? Just know, it's supposed to be one thing. There must be an ending. Bye! Oh. Okay, no, there wasn't. What happens if I solve it? Not sure, but if I have this much away with get there, I'll have another chance to solve it soon. Bye! Oh, we're going down. Whee!
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Boop. Alright. Lamppost. Hello, Mr. Lamppost. I'm gonna boop you. Boop,
It's a lamppost.
boop. Yes.
Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason Khoda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination. which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Alright, so we go to the next one then? Yeah, blackout to nothing, skipping away. April 2009. This game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. Okay. Well, guys, before we jump into this one, I'm actually going to cut this episode. So far, this is all stuff that I've done before, and it is bringing back a lot of memories. I wish I had more commentary for it, but to be honest, if you want to see the original episode, my other page is Out of the Norm, and I played, I'm going to guess, close to the end of the game. I'm not 100% sure, but if you want to check that out, go for it. If not, I'm just going to keep on playing through this, so let's keep it rolling. So, please like, comment, subscribe, look for the next episode, and I'll see you there. Bye.